What?
Pasta.
Okay.
Are you gonna give her lunch or something, or keep her busy, or take her out? It's kind of cold outside.
No, we're not gonna go out. Let's go.
If you need a ride, maybe I could take you to Hudson Yard or something, just to be a little bit fresh
You
air.
have class.
I don't have class.
Oh,
I have class? I don't think so.
okay.
Okay, later.
Potential replacements set to be considered include EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Dave Thacker, ABC News.
And after their first day in space, filled with a long to-do list, the crew of Artemis 2 is sleeping late today.
Just getting off the launch pad seems to be an achievement for the Artemis 2 mission.
After a brief 54-year intermission, NASA is back in the business of sending astronauts to the moon.
NASA Administrator Karen Isaacson, the crew of 3 Americans and 1 Canadian had a laundry list of tasks to perform in their first hours in space. The next milestone comes when mission managers decide late Thursday if the crew and their ship are ready to leave Earth orbit and fly to the moon. Rory O'Neill at the Kennedy Space Center.
And another weight loss drug is on the way. The FDA has approved a new GLP-1 weight loss drug. It's a pill called Foundeo from Eli Lilly. It starts at $149 for the lowest dose without insurance. It can be taken any time of day with no food or water restrictions. It's available beginning Monday. That's ABC's Hannah Blanca. It is now 43 degrees out. That's your WOR News Time. It's now 12:03.
Running for office means having something important to say. Radio is the most personal medium out there. Voters hear the real you, exactly the way you want to be heard. No filters, no AI, just your voice, your message. And it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Be on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com. What do you think? Hard enough. Don't make it harder with dozens of apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, fully integrated and easy to use. And built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Here's your WOR Weather Channel forecast. Rain will tape off into this afternoon with a high around 47. There's some light rain and fog overnight in the low of 42. There also may be light rain early on Friday. Sun will break through during the afternoon tomorrow with a high in the upper 60s. A few showers on Saturday afternoon with a high of 70. Then a little bit cooler for Easter on Sunday with rain in the high 67. I'm meteorologist Jeff Moore.
Sports Mets lost game and series. They fell 2-1 in St. Louis. San Francisco tonight, and the Yankees won game and series in Seattle. They're in the Bronx for their home opener tomorrow afternoon against the Marlins. In the NBA, Knicks snapped their 3-game skid with a 130-119 win in Memphis. They clinched a playoff spot. They host the Bulls tomorrow. Nets host the Hawks tomorrow, and on the ice, Islanders now in a playoff spot. They host the Flyers tomorrow. The Rangers host Canadiens tonight, and the Devils host the Capitals tonight. News sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drugged driving, your grief's unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. It is now 43 degrees out. Your WOR News Time, 12:05. Next news, 12:30. Wake up with Curtis Lewa and Larry Menti in the morning, 6 till 10 weekdays. I'm Liz Warner on 710 WOR.
710 WOR presents
$1 million, and he gets caught until the president steps in. So the guy's name is pronounced Ellie, and Ellie's about 30 when the story starts. And he's living in New Jersey, and Ellie really wants to be rich. Problem is, he's working as a used car salesman. He's not making anywhere near the money that he wants. So one day in 2004, he figures out a scam to start making himself wealthy. So Ellie is part of the Orthodox Jewish community in New Jersey. And he starts going around to people where he lives, and he tells them that he knows how to make them rich. And he wants them to give their money to him so that he can invest it in real estate for them, because he tells them he has some kind of advantage in the market or something. Of course he doesn't, but that's what he says. And so people start investing through him because he's known in the community and they trust him. And he creates these fake mortgages and fake deeds and fake checks, and he makes it all look legit. Of course, he's not investing all this money. He's keeping a huge portion of it for himself. And he's blowing it on dumb shit, like he's leasing luxury cars, he buys a bunch of fancy art, and he buys millions of dollars worth of jewelry. He's using a bunch of it to go to Las Vegas and gamble. But then he'll also take some of the money and he'll donate it to religious organizations and charities in the community so that people think he's an honest guy. And this builds his reputation, which in turn attracts investors. And so he continues to pull this scam. And he does it over and over and over again. And 6 years pass. And he's still going. He's taking money from the people in the community and he's pretending to invest it, which is essentially a big Ponzi scheme. But by now, he's pulled in over $200 million. Damn. But then, around 2010, things start to get complicated for him. Because he ultimately runs out of new investors to take money from. And he can't pay back some of the old investors. And some of those old investors get super pissed. I mean, they want Ellie to give them their money back. So then, some of those old investors start to think that this is a scam, and they go and they report Ellie to the FBI. And the FBI starts investigating, and they see that he's running a big Ponzi scheme. And so, bam, the feds arrest him. Here is a picture of him getting arrested. And 2 years go by. And Ellie is no longer in jail. He's actually out on bond waiting for his trial. And while he's waiting on that trial, he comes up with a brand new way to con some more money. See, during this time, Facebook is really popular, and the company is about to IPO and go public. So Ellie recruits some of his friends to approach some new investors with a proposal. And they claim that they have a way to buy Facebook shares before it goes public, and this is all going to make them so rich. And I guess the investors are like, sounds legit. And they start sending millions of dollars to a bank account that Ellie controls. And he and his goons also start telling people that they're investing in some apartment complex in Miami, and that's a whole other scam. But they grift people into investing in that too, until they've pulled in about $8 million total. And of course, Ellie doesn't use this money to buy shares of Facebook or Miami apartments. No, he uses it to pay his kids' religious school tuition. He gets his home out of foreclosure. He uses a huge portion of it to pay his lawyers who are representing him in his trial for his first $200 million Ponzi scheme. But anyway, pretty quickly, one of his investors gets suspicious and they report him to the feds. And so, bam, he gets arrested again. And in 2015, he finally goes to trial for these crimes. And he gets sentenced to 24 years in prison. But Ellie, he's not going to let a little thing like prison stop him. Because about 8 years go by, and it's now 2021, and the dude is still in prison. And I'm not entirely sure if he has personal connections or if he somehow pays someone off in the presidential administration, but Donald Trump, who is finishing up his first term as president, decides to grant Ellie clemency, which reduces his sentence to time served. So Ellie is immediately released from prison. So now he's a free man and he gets to do whatever he wants with his life. And a few months go by. And I guess he just can't help himself and he's like, I should probably go do some more scamming. So he gets to work on a completely new con. And he starts a new investment business with some of his other shady associates, and they start looking for new investors. Now, of course, Ellie can't be the face of this new company because he's been busted for financial crimes twice. So he has to use a fake name and run the whole operation, mostly behind the scenes. this works. People think that there's a lot of money in PPE masks and baby formula and stuff because these are things people need. So they start investing a whole lot of money into Ellie's business. And pretty quickly, he's controlling $44 million of investors' funds. But of course, he doesn't use this money to invest in PPE masks or baby formula or first aid kits for Ukraine. This guy spends it on more dumb shit for himself. He buys himself watches and jewelry, and he buys a penthouse apartment in Florida, and he spends literally millions of dollars gambling at casinos. And another year goes by. So it's now 2022. And during this time, Ellie starts working with an outside investment firm to bring new investors in. And to be clear, the people working at that firm don't know that Ellie is running a Ponzi scheme. Now, at some point, investors who came into all this through this firm, they're hitting the firm up wanting to cash in on some of their investments. But there's not enough money to pay them all back. Because what Ellie is doing is a big Ponzi scheme, and this always happens in Ponzi schemes. They always end up falling apart. And one guy who owns the investment firm, he starts thinking, what? Money to pay all these people back? And he suddenly gets suspicious that something shady is going on. So he and his business partner, they set up some meetings with Ellie, and in those meetings, he secretly records him. And Ellie straight up admits that, yeah, he's been using a fake name and that the investors are getting screwed over because everything he's been doing is just a scam. And eventually, the owner of the investment firm and his business partner, they take all of this information to the FBI. And they say that they want to confess to being involved in a Ponzi scheme, and they give them all the recordings they made. And so, bam, Ellie is arrested for a third time. And I don't have a mugshot, but here's a picture of him in real life. And so, picture of him in real life. And so ultimately he goes to trial again, and he's convicted again, and he gets sentenced to 37 years in prison. And who knows, maybe he'll get lucky and the president will commute his sentence again. Builds his reputation, which in turn attracts new investors. And so he continues to pull this scam, and he does it over and over and over again. And 6 years pass, and he's still going. He's taking money from the people in the community, and he's pretending to invest it, which is essentially a big Ponzi scheme. But by now, he's pulled in over $200 million. Damn. But then, around 2010, things start to get complicated for him. Because he ultimately runs out of new investors to take money from. And he can't pay back some of the old investors. And some of those old investors get super pissed. I mean, they want Ellie to give them their money back. And so then, some of those old investors start to think that this is a scam. And they go and they report Ellie to the FBI. And the FBI starts investigating, and they see that he's running a big Ponzi scheme, and so, bam, the feds arrest him. Here is a picture of him getting arrested. And 2 years go by, and Ellie is no longer in jail. He's actually out on bond waiting for his trial. And while he's waiting on that trial, he comes up with a brand new way to con some more money. See, during this time, Facebook is really popular, and the company is about to IPO and go public. So Ellie recruits some of his friends to approach some new investors with a proposal. And they claim that they have a way to buy Facebook shares before it goes public, and this is all going to make them so rich. And I guess the investors are like, sounds legit. And they start sending millions of dollars to a bank account that Ellie controls. And he and his goons also start telling people that they're investing in some apartment complex in Miami, and that's a whole other scam. But they grift people into investing in that too, until they've pulled in about $8 million total. And of course, Ellie doesn't use this money to buy shares of Facebook or Miami apartments. No, he uses it to pay his kids' religious school tuition. He gets his home out of foreclosure. He uses a huge portion of it to pay his lawyers who are representing him in his trial for his first $200 million Ponzi scheme. But anyway, pretty quickly, one of his investors gets suspicious, and they report him to the feds. And so, bam, he gets arrested again. And in 2015, he finally goes to trial for these crimes, and he gets sentenced to 24 years in prison. But Ellie, he's not going to let a little thing like prison stop him, because about 8 years go by, and it's now 2021, and the dude is still in prison. And I'm not entirely sure if he has personal connections or if he somehow pays someone off in the presidential administration, but Donald Trump, who is finishing up his first term as president, decides to grant Ellie clemency, which
Well, I guess it's good. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm just making
But it's nice car. That's your
Oh, yeah.
car.
You take a picture of the car and say, hold on.
No, I have this
Oh,
kind.
You want to upgrade
Oh,
now?
yeah, yeah.
All right. No problem, brother. Sorry about that. I just had to make sure. Okay, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
That's my boss.
Oh, okay.
again, if she were doing the work and I was hearing these questions and I thought to myself, okay, she's actually putting in the time, it's just an embarrassment that she's on the court. And frankly, I think it's unconstitutional because by Supreme Court precedent, you can't do what Joe Biden did to put her on the court. You can't say, I'm only going to consider black women for a job anywhere. That would be a flagrant violation of civil rights law nationwide. So why is it allowed for the Supreme Court for Joe Biden to come out and say, I'm only what are the odds that when you say that about anything, you get the best person for any job? If you immediately on its face say, I'm only considering that, now just imagine taking it outside of race. If you said, I'm only considering people for the Supreme Court who are 5 foot or shorter. I think a lot of people would say, well, that doesn't seem like a good idea, right? Or 6, 8 or taller, whatever the math is. You know, on the other side of this, I would just argue, I think Justice Clarence Thomas, a black man, which you will somehow like never really hear, you'll never really hear about him in the Democrat media. Justice Clarence Thomas is, I think, arguably one of the giants of the court of all time. I think has a tremendous legal insight, wisdom, and knowledge, and proves, whether you agree with him or not, all the time with what comes down under his name, that he deserves to be there. So, you know, it's just a question of, you want people that can handle this stuff or not? Justice Thomas can handle the legal reasoning, is a brilliant guy, knows a hell of a lot more about this stuff than me or Clay or a lot of the people out there listening who are actually lawyers. Ketanji Brown Jackson, I think I know more about the law. I'm being honest with you. I think we could sit around and get into this without her staff there. I'd be like, give me a month to study. I think I'd probably. I said I have no business being on the Supreme Court. I'm licensed in 2 different jurisdictions. I've been a lawyer now, licensed for 22 years. I think I would be infinitely better than her, and I should not ever be infinitely better as a Supreme Court justice than anyone when there's only 9 of them and they're at the absolute apex of the legal profession. By the way, I was right. Sotomayor, during those debates, said over 100,000 kids were currently hospitalized with COVID. I think the number was like 120. I mean, that is unacceptable. And by the way, not from COVID, but if they were in the hospital for other things, as we know, and they happen to have cold alongside it, because that's what it was for kids, the cold. Anyway, if the roof on your house is not the most valuable part of the home, it's right up there, especially with the plumbing and the electrical systems. A roof gets as much of a workout as any part of your house, but not nearly the maintenance attention that stuff on the inside often does. So when a roofing company offers you a free inspection to see what kind of shape it's really in, you want to say yes to that offer. Erie Home is the roofing company right now making that offer that I really want you to consider. Erie Home is a 50-year-old company specializing in making sure the roof on your house is in excellent shape. They'll inspect your roof for any problems free of charge using a 25-point inspection they developed over their many years in business. If your roof needs replacement, Erie Home provides all kinds of options, including the use of newer metal materials that are made to mimic the look of the roof you likely have now. These new metal materials allow your new roof to last up to 2 to 3 times longer than traditional shingle roofs with proper care and maintenance. Your new roof from Erie Home comes with a 50-year transferable warranty, too. Schedule your free inspection at eriehome.com/buck today and save up to $1,200 on the installation price. That's ERIE-home.com/buck. This discount is maximized at $1,200. Valid new roofing installation only. Minimum purchase required. Restrictions apply. See rep for warranty or promotional fee.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, mic drop that never sounded so good. Find them on the free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. Weeknights from 6 to 9, it's Jesse Kelly, only on 710 WOR. You can get the news anywhere. There's only one place you get the news from Mark Simone, WOR. You really think no case. What you should be fighting for is term limits. That's where you get your case. Mark Simone. Trump's only been in office 5 years. You got Chuck Schumer's been there 49 years. You got Pelosi 47 years. You got Mitch McConnell 150 years. You got all that's where you get your case. Permanent government people. Weekdays 10 to noon on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
Gold and silver prices are soaring and near record highs. It's a great time to sell old jewelry. Maybe it's from your ex, or maybe you just don't like it anymore. You can get cash for it at the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 3 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, or at TMT Cash for Gold locations in Old Bridge or Toms River. Clean out your jewelry box because there's never been a better time to sell. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Or at TMT Cash for Gold in Toms River, right on the corner of Route 37 and Hooper Avenue, just off the Garden State. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
We're protecting your identity today because AI is obsessed with you. I'm Lori Siegel, and my new podcast, Mostly Human, is your bridge to the future.
Anyone can now be an entrepreneur. Anyone can build an app. And it's very empowering.
Tech moves really fast, but the Mostly Human podcast will help translate what all of this actually means for you.
You know, I think the reality is the genius out of the bottle.
Listen to Mostly Human on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Mostly Human and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive. That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app. Upside? Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive. Does that actually add up to anything? Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code FUTURE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, like your bank account or an gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FUTURE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill up. That's FUTURE25. Upside.com. Welcome back into Play and Buck. Get into some calls here. Rick in San Diego. Rick, what's that? Oh, hey, Monty. How you doing? Well, I guess my biggest problem right now is that outside of Republican circles, there's just no one supporting Trump. In other words, there's no TV ads, there's no computer ads. I mean, the Democrat Party is right out there and they're admitting it, that they want open borders for the vote. And they don't care about the crime, they don't care about the young girls who are being assaulted. You know, they're attacking ICE in the streets, and they're making it totally obvious that they want open borders for the vote. Okay, well, did we lose them there? I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, well, there's a lot of bad arguments. I think we're supporting a lot of the arguments for President Trump pretty well. We will dive in. We've got some numbers on how many babies are being born to non-U.S. citizens. It'll blow your mind, man. Speaking truth and having fun. Clay Travis and Bob Sexton. Sean Hannity coming up today at 3 on WOR.
And this is Cecil, Investor Insight. Cecil, where success meets success. Today I'm joined by Michael O'Keefe, Cecil's Chief Investment Officer. Hey, Michael. So President Trump spoke last night about the Iran conflict. What is the update?
Yes, Monica. The president discussed, number one, the reasons for the Iran conflict, Iran's support of terrorism and the risk of nuclear weapons. Number two, the success so far, with Iran's military assets pretty much eliminated. And number three, his plan to finish the engagement in the next few weeks. While markets were up the last couple of days on the hopes of peace, markets opened down today, given the conflict will continue.
And we've been talking about the consumer and worries about the conflict. What's the data showing us when it comes to consumer feelings and activity?
Well, we recently discussed how our consumer sentiment index was signaling worry. We just got a somewhat contrasting reading from the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index, which edged up higher in March when a decline was anticipated. But the data still shows consumers are worried, especially about the future. A second reading we got, worth mentioning, was the JOLTS report, showing a modest decline in job openings and fewer quits. So the idea of a lower fire environment.
goodness. Crazy.
Sitting a 7-month-old girl in a stroller.
The mom started screaming when she noticed the baby was bleeding from his head, and the baby was lifeless.
That baby pronounced dead at the hospital. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
The shooting is believed to be gang-motivated, with the victim being an unintended target.
Police believe they have the gunman in custody, but are still looking for the driver of the moped. I'm Scott Springle, WOR News.
DHS has paused its $129 million deal to turn a warehouse in Morris County, New Jersey, into a new ICE detention facility.
Officials say it's part of a temporary pause of the overall contracting related policies approved by now former Homeland Security Secretary Christy Hill. The warehouse on Route 46 in Roxbury is one of 11 buildings the department bought around the country for a total of just over $1 billion. New Jersey has filed one of at least 3 lawsuits to challenge the purchases, with state and local officials in Morris County arguing the feds never talk with them about things like plumbing, electrical, or anything else needed for this to be an ICE detention center. Leva Tuttle, WOR News.
And in an address to the nation last night, the President of the United States was close to finishing the war with Iran.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. President Trump last night said U.S. military objectives in Iran are nearing completion, saying Iran's Navy and Air Force are in ruins and most of their leaders are dead. He explained why he launched this war, saying Iran was trying to rebuild its nuclear program.
That's ABC's Lionel Lloyd. Multiple reports said people familiar with the White House now say President Trump is reportedly considering Attorney General Pam Bondi. The New York Post now reports he told Bondi yesterday that she would soon be out as head of the DOJ. And he's a rock and roll legend for the food industry. Thanks New Jersey's John Bon Jovi's also humanitarian rock star.
John Bon Jovi has a lot of Grammys. He even has an honorary doctorate. Well, now the singer is the recipient as well of a James Beard Impact Award for helping to make the restaurant industry more sustainable and equitable. It honors Bon Jovi's Soul Kitchen restaurant and their Pay It Forward policy that allows diners to pay what they can or to volunteer if they can't afford to pay for their meals. So far, the organization has served more than 234,000 healthy 3-course meals across the New Jersey locations to date. Daria Almayer, WOR News.
Well, it's now 43 degrees out. Your WOR News time, 1:03.
Running a business is hard enough. Don't make it harder with dozens of apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, fully integrated and easy to use. Built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's odoo.com. You know who's listening to the radio? Voters. Lots of them. So if you're running for office, this right here, great place to reach them. And it's not like social media where people are just swiping through ads. With radio, they're engaged. Plus, it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country. Even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Call now and be on the air in just
Titan.com.
We'll start with baseball, where back-to-back losses hang over the Mets going into San Francisco tonight. David Peterson takes the ball there for New York. The Devils don't
Your phone falling down. It's falling down. Put in your pocket.
And a judge is going to allow Tiger Woods to travel outside the U.S. for inpatient treatment, honoring his request for privacy. I'm Scott Davidson.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Here's your WOR Weather Channel forecast. Rain will taper off into this afternoon with a high around 47. There's some light rain and fog overnight in the low 42. There also may be light rain early on Friday. Storm breaks during the afternoon tomorrow with a high Jefferson.
Hell.
A few showers hours on Saturday afternoon.
Sexy. Sexy. Can you bring my coat down? I'm freezing.
Okay.
Not yet, when I be downstairs. You know, the black heavy coat.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you again when I be downstairs. Are you cooking lunch?
Yeah.
Okay, see you soon. Delivery. God, I'm in line. Downstairs.
Okay.
You need to wear a pants so you come in like that.
I'm coming like this.
It's cold outside. Cold case. Cold case, man. Oh, don't forget to bring the coat. Black coat. Did I want pizza or are you gonna cook?
Offset to the right. So he's gonna back up until his trailer tires are by this cone right here. It works best if you put the cone right between the two tires, but if you miss it, it's okay because you can fix it. A little bit off, but it's fine. So he's asking himself which ways he wants the back of the trailer to go. He wants it to go to his right, so he's gonna turn all the way to his left. Turn opposite to the back of the trailer. Then he's going to back up until he gets to his position that he wants to be in.
Can you see
This
the
is the
minute
first
or you
bump.
cooking? I want to check if
So
how
he
much
got
I
into a
have.
good position. He bumped
Where's
over.
the
Now
count
he wants
is
to get
low?
the truck in front of the trailer. So he needs the truck to go to the left. He's going to turn.
But you have something on the stove?
No, I turn it off.
Oh.
Where you wanna go?
No, I'm going to check because they sent me a message. They said I only have 200 account. No, but I only have 2,000 because it's going to give me a late fee. Like less than $300. Just quick.
They helped me, and that's why I felt like I needed to come and give them a flowers to you guys, because people put their money in snake. Run and tell the good thing. That's it. So see this one right here, that's my boy.
Next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere. The last thing I remember.
Okay, thank you. Free to go. No, I deposited 500 because it was 200 and I get all kind of messages like insufficient, you know, the rent. Everything come out now, rent, Cornedison, this, later.
My life. Everything about it turned out better than I imagined, and it all started with a free wedding website from Lovebird. Way before the rehearsal dinner and reception, we received compliments about our wedding website from our guests. They loved the template we chose, the photos we uploaded, and all the helpful information we shared about the wedding day. I truly felt like our site told our love story and represented who we are as a couple. Designing the site was super easy, and it came with all the features we were looking for, like a custom URL, password protection, beautiful personalization.
Turn all the way to the right, and he's going to get back straight with the trailer. Once he's straight with the trailer, he's going to turn his wheel straight. And then since he's not going to hit the line of cones, and he only has one hash mark, he's in the perfect position to straight line back. So he's going to straight line back. He's trying to put the back of the trailer inside the box. So he's straight line backing. Once the back of the trailer is in the box, get out and look. So he's trying to get the rear of the trailer in this box. See how the rear of the trailer is not in the box yet? He's going to come down here behind the second cone. And you can see that the back of the trailer is not in the box yet. So when he gets back in, he's going to have to adjust it. Right here's a good time to look at about how far you need to come back, and then continue backing up till you get to that position. So the back of the trailer needs to go back just probably not even a foot, just enough to get the back of the trailer inside the box. Back of the trailer is in the box now. Now he's going to move the front of the trailer. He needs the front of the trailer to go to the right, so he's going to turn all the way to the right. For the front of the trailer, you turn the same way you want it to go. Now he's bumping the front of the trailer over. Going to bump the front of the trailer over. Front of the trailer is bumped over. Now he's going to get the truck back to straight. Every time we bump something over, we get back to straight. So the truck needs to go to the right. He's going to turn to the left. For the front of the truck, we turn the opposite way. Then he's going to bring it around to straight. And there he should straight line back till the back of the trailer's in the yellow box at the very back. Once it's in the yellow, you set the brakes, get out and look. And what he's looking for is make sure the rearest part of this trailer is within this yellow box. Nothing is over the lines on either side. Then that would complete his test. This is a walkthrough of how to do your forward offset to the left for your test to get your CDL. I've helped over 400 people get their CDL, and I was the 2020 Springfield Instructor of the Year. I was also the 2023 Reefer Instructor of the Year. So we're going to do this one nice and slow. We're going to stop and talk about it. We're going to go up. We're pretending that the yellow is concrete, just like a left turn. So we're going to go get 1 foot from it, and that's when we're going to turn left. So right here, there's about 1 foot from the edge of what I see to the yellow. That's where I'm going to start turning left. And I'll look in this mirror whenever I get right here. So whenever I'm looking in this mirror over here to see this back tire after I hit that left wheel turn, I'm looking at these tires right here. And what I want to make sure is that they're not going to hit this cone. And I'm also letting them come up, just relaxing till they're even with this cone. They're a little bit behind it right now, but what I'm going to do from here is whenever I see those tires right here, even with this cone, that's whenever I'm going to hit the right and I'm going to get to straight. So I'm looking in the mirror. So I'm looking in the mirror and bringing the tires the rest of the way up to that cone. They're there. So now I'm turning this wheel, looking in my right mirror, getting to straight. And I'm going to react to it so I don't pass straight. So now my truck and trailer is straight. So right now my truck and trailer is straight. I don't want to pass straight because if I pass straight, it's going to start turning already. What I'm doing is I'm trying to bring this trailer tires, I'm trying to bring them up enough to start that curve to come around this cone about 1 foot from the cone. So I want the tires to go right through there. So that's what I'm doing right now. If I started that turn, they would start coming this way and they would hit this cone. That's not what I want to do. I want to let them come up some, probably another 4 or 5 feet, and then I want to start that right turn to make it trace this cone. That way my tire comes right between this yellow line and this orange cone. I can't hit that orange cone and my tire cannot be on the outside of that line. The tire has to come through here. Now we're gonna pull up and we're gonna trace that cone around with the back tire. We don't want to trace it from here like we talked about earlier. We want to bring that tire up to a better place to trace it. The tires is where the trailer pivots. So we got to bring that pivot point up some. Then we're going to start tracing that cone right there, just like it's a curb. Once we get right here, inside the truck, we can see that the tire is going between the cone and the yellow line. Once we get to here, we know that we're going in the right position. We're in the right area that we want to be. So now we're going to look up there in front of the truck and go straight to the middle of those two cones. Back in the truck, our focus is right up here to the middle of these two cones. And once we're here, we should end up parallel to the lane we started from. All right, forward offset to the left. We're going to do this like we do our turns out there over the road. At the very front of the box is a thick yellow area. We're going to pretend that that is a curb out there while we're driving, and we're making a left turn out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight up there. We're going to pretend that that yellow's the curb, and what we do out there over the road is 1 foot of asphalt. So 1 foot of the black before it turns to the yellow, we're going to hit that left turn. And what we're gauging it from is what we can see up here, the edge of the dash, the edge of the hood, whatever you can see. We want 1 foot of room before it gets to the yellow to hit the left. So we're going straight up there, staying in our lane. We're looking at that yellow. And we're just taking our time, doing it nice, slow and steady. 1 foot of room. We're going to hit the left. I'm looking in the mirror. Tire gets even with the cone. Switch mirrors. I'm getting it to straight. And I'm going to keep it straight. I don't want to go past straight because I don't want it to curve yet. Now I want to just... to the right. We're going to do a straight line back until we get to our starting point. Our starting point is going to be whenever these back trailer tires get even with this cone. Alright, so this is our starting point. We're going to move the back of the trailer first. We're going to bump it over. We want the back of the trailer to go to the right. We want the back of the trailer to go to right. We turn opposite. We turn all the way. We're going to back up. We're bumping the back of the trailer over. And then we're going to get back to straight. So we want to get the truck and trailer straight. Truck needs to go left. We're going to turn to the right all the way. We're going to back up till we're straight. So once we're straight, we're going to look down the side of the trailer. We're going to turn the wheel straight. We're going to look down the side and decide if we need to pull up to fix it or if we need to keep backing up. So he did not pull up. He's going to fix it on the way back because he just needed to move it over just a little bit to be closer to that cone. So he bumped it over, got back to straight. And now he's going to pull up because he did not get it moved over enough. You got to be pretty close to that cone back there. If you see more than one hash mark is my rule. See more than one hash mark, you got too much room. So he's bumping the back over again, coming back to straight. And he's checking how far he moved it. If it's where he wants it, he's going to keep on backing up. And we're trying to get the back of the trailer in there. So the cones work like this. The cones in the line work like this. It's about the height of the front of the truck. It's about where the back of the trailer pivots. So if you got it close to the cone back there, the front of the back of the trailer is going to pivot when you push the front in, and then when you get the truck back in front of it, if it's far enough back, you will miss this cone in the front. If it's not far enough back, you will hit the cone in the front. So he went back there to see if the back of the trailer was in the box. And then he's going to pull up or back up the amount that it would take to get the back of the trailer in the box. Because we got 3 moving parts. Back of the trailer, front of the trailer, and the truck. So the back of the trailer is not in this box. See how it's not in the box? He's going to back up to get the back of the trailer in the box. Well, he needed to go a little bit more back, but we'll see what happens. So it's barely out of it. So front of the trailer needs to go to the right. We turn the same way for the front of the trailer, and he's bumping that over now. And then he's going to get the truck back to straight. Now he's getting the truck and trailer back to straight. So the truck needs to go to the right. He turned all the way to the left. He's backing up to straight. And he's going to stop. So right now the closest part of the trailer is the front of the trailer to the line. The back of the trailer has enough room away from it, but the front of the trailer is a little bit close to it. So he's going to back up. And he's going to push that front of the trailer in there just a little bit and then get back to straight. And then what we're trying to do is get the back of this trailer in this yellow box. So he got it as close as he can to it. He sets the brakes. He does his last get out and look. And he's gonna look here like this to make sure it's in there. He's also gonna look up this line right here to make sure it's in there. And he's gonna look up this side. And if everything's in there, he just did the reverse offset to the right with the KW.
Want more leads for your local business? Every day, people turn to Google to look for services like yours. And Google Local Services ads put you at the top of search to help you connect with nearby customers and get more leads. Sign up and only pay when customers reach out.
Alright, so when you're making a right turn, you want to be about this far back when you get to 5 to 7 miles per hour. So you're going to be slowing down to the 5 to 7 miles per hour. You're going to get back on your accelerator, maintain that speed. Whenever where the little bit of grass is taller right next to that curb, that is where you want to look to your mirror. When you look into your mirror, you want to trace what the curb's doing, because the truck will be at the end up there and your trailer is going to be way back here. So you want to take the trailer tire, keep it about 1 foot from that curb. If the curb is going straight, you want to go straight with it. Where it starts to curve, you want to curve with it. You want to stay about 1 foot away from it. If you want it closer to the curb, you'll turn towards the curb more. If you want it further away from the curb, you're going to turn away from the curb. So here we go, 5 to 7 miles per hour. And get into the street. 5 to 7 miles per hour. We put our blinker on. I'm coming up to where the curb curves, so the front of the truck is getting there. Now it's there, I look in the mirror. The curb's going straight, so I'm going straight. And it starts to curve, so I start curving with it. When I'm reacting to the back of the trailer, just taking it right around the curb, tracing it with my tire the entire time. Once I get to straight, turn off my blinker. Here's another one. So as soon as the front of my truck gets even to where it curves, I'm gonna look in my mirror. It's going straight. Right there starts the curve, so you see my tire is tracing that curve. And now I have to look up here because I'm in a roundabout. The rest of the roundabout is a left turn. In left turns, you stay as wide as you can. Now it's going to be another right turn. So when my truck gets even to where it curves, I'm going to look in my mirror. I'm going to get my truck and trailer straight so I can see where my tire is. And now I'm going to trace the curb with my trailer tire all the way around. Just like that. And that is how you make right turns. Alright, so left turns. So we stopped at the stop sign. We need to move up a little bit more so we can see both directions. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at that curb over there. We're going to go straight out. We're going to make a T out of the intersection. Wow, look at that truck just run that stop sign.
Exercising my body to still my mind, but level me out, ground me, so I have focus to do whatever it is I need to do for the day's task. And truly, at the end of the day, I always put on my UFO sandals.
Yellow makeup kit, handmade from Italy, is on double discount. Includes blush, bronzer, highlighter, and 6.
He kind of stopped. And he ran the stop line too. Well, that's freaking nice. Alright, so... Alright, we're going to make a left turn. So what we want to do is we want to look at this curb over here. We want to go straight out. So we're visualizing a giant T in the intersection out there. We want to go straight out as far as we can. We want to make that left looking at that curb. We're going to trace that curb so we'll be looking in front of us. Then after we make that, after our truck is going straight,
Reverse offset backing. Starting parallel to the alley, back. Reverse offset backing. Starting parallel to the alley, back into the alley through the opening. On the passenger side, keep the side of the vehicle close to the first cone to the right. On the driver's side, keep the trailer lined up just inside the first cone on the left. You cannot go beyond the outer boundary line to the left. Continue backing straight up and curve around the cone on the left. Straighten out the trailer inside the alley. One straight inside the alley, continue backing until the rear of the trailer is in the box at the far end of the alley. The vehicle must be completely inside the alley at the completion of the exercise. Reverse offset backing. Starting parallel to the alley, back into the alley through the opening. On the passenger side, keep the side of the vehicle close to the first cone to the right. On the driver's side, keep the trailer lined up just inside the first cone on the left. You cannot go beyond the outer boundary line to the left. Continue backing straight up and curve around the cone on the left. Straighten out the trailer inside the alley. One straight inside the alley, continue backing until the rear of the trailer is in the box at the far end of the alley. The vehicle must be completely inside the alley at the completion of the exercise. Reverse offset backing. Starting parallel to the alley, back into the alley through the opening. With the lane that you are pulling out of. Once you have pulled up to the line, stop. You'll turn the wheel all the way to the right. With the lane that you are pulling out of. Once you have pulled up to the line, reverse offset backing.
The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left.
Reverse offset backing. Starting parallel to the alley.
Coffee break, I'll be back.
first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop. One more. Stop, okay? The first move that you're gonna do is all the way to the left. Make sure, see the trailer in the back. When you just see the end of the trailer, you wouldn't stop. When you just see the end of the trailer, remember, you will stop.
All right, exercise 4 is the reverse offset vacuum. You're going to back the trailer into the alley dock, reverse back without hitting any cones, and stop in between the two yellow lines, as you can see in this figure here. Offset vacuum. All right, exercise 4 is the reverse.
First move.
Much chillier. They were in the 70s, even pushing 80 this time yesterday, but we're in the 40s now. We'll be cloudy, brisk, and chilly. High temperature just 48 this afternoon. Might be a touch of drizzle most of the...
Yeah, be back.
And it's still kind of a cloudy, damp start.
Chief John Wilson tells us he was armed with the gun and refused to drop it.
The officers approached the room and observed the subject sitting on a bed with what appeared to be a firearm in his hand. The officers attempted to engage the subject in dialogue. The subject was told to show his hands, to which he responded, "I have a gun."
An officer inside of the apartment shot Cologne once in the face. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Mr. Cologne repeatedly stated that he had a gun and that it's not going to happen.
NYPD officials say what they're reviewing now is body cam footage. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in the South Bronx.
Yeah, police say he had an active parole warrant and a bench warrant for failing to meet his reporting requirements. Authorities have released body cam footage now the moment Tiger Woods was arrested for driving under the influence last week.
Tiger Woods expressed astonishment as he was handcuffed after crashing his vehicle last week in Florida. Body cam video released by the Martin County Sheriff's Office shows a deputy informing Woods that he is being arrested.
So at this time, I do believe your normal faculties are impaired, okay, and you're under the unknown substance, okay, so at this time you're arrested for DUI, yes sir.
The video also shows that officers found pills in Tiger Woods' pocket.
Yeah, that's a narco. Narco? Yeah, okay.
In the footage, Woods says that he had not had any alcohol. And that he had taken a few medications earlier in the day. Authorities later confirmed that Woods was in possession of hydrocodone, which is used to treat cocaine.
Good news for Tesla, sort of. Today, the company says its global sales topped 358,000 rides. January to March this year, that's up 6.3% from the same quarter last year. However, last year's first quarter, which was plagued by protests against CEO Elon Musk over his political activities in the U.S. and Europe, was the worst quarter of the past 4 years for Tesla. Sales so far this year are running below analyst forecasts. Right now, Tesla stock is falling 4%. Wall Street's index is down, but not at session lows. Dow losing 196, NASDAQ down 66, S&P down 17. Oil futures gaining 12% to $112 a barrel. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl. I'm Sarah Bowl. A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to 55 plus lanes saved us so much money. A lot. But that's important. Trying to keep costs down. It's fast, it's quick, the setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each. $30 per month each line with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet per line and 2 lines. Essentials choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Grove Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rates reserved. When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, like free fitness training and best-in-class equipment, so you can give everything you've got. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. See club for details.
Worried you won't have your taxes ready by April 15th? Don't stress. Tony Tax Easy Tax Extensions offers an easy tax extension service that guarantees you an extra 6 months to file your taxes. Tony Tax Easy Tax Extensions makes it fast, easy, and stress-free. Whether you're still waiting on your tax forms or dealing with a recent life change, life can complicate tax season. That's why you need to call Tony Tax. Tony Tax
Tax Easy Tax Extensions handles everything by phone or email or text message. No office visits are necessary. Yes, you can file your extension by text message with us nationwide. Avoid those nasty IRS penalties and interest charges. Let Tony Tax Easy Tax Extensions secure your tax extension today with an extra 6 months guaranteed. If you need more time to file your taxes, don't delay. Call or send us a text message today. Tony Tax Easy Tax Extensions, 888-882-1888, 888-882-1888. For a 6-month extension on your tax filing, call 888-882-1888, 888-882-1888. We service taxpayers nationwide.
43 degrees, winds news time 2:30.
Good afternoon. I'm Lori Madden. A Lawrence, Long Island man pleads not guilty to attempted murder charges in a crossbow attack on his own sister.
Sammy Sedham's attorney said the phone gone terribly wrong when talking about his client being accused of shooting his sister in the face with a crossbow. Nassau County DA Ann Donnelly responded to that remark.
We're talking about an inch would have killed somebody. Doesn't deserve the word prank. It deserves the word attempted murder.
The judge ordered a mental health evaluation for the 21-year-old.
There was too much planning that went into this. It wasn't a mental break.
The DA said Sedham attacked his sister because the two argued over what temperature to keep the heat on in the house. Sophia Hall, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
Wednesday news time 2:31. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Andre Farrow.
Let's go to the George Washington Bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Lower level heading inbound underneath the apartments. The left lane is blocked right by the Harlem River Drive ramp, so you're going to need some time there. It's causing an extra delay at the approach as well, so stick with the upper level. Right now you have about a 20-minute delay at the inbound George Washington Bridge. Outbound's going to be about 30. Go across Bronx delays. About 10 minutes round trip of the Lincoln. 15 out of the Holland, around 10 in. Still seeing some volume eastbound on 139 through Jersey City. Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn bound, heavy volume there. And the westbound BQE tapping the brakes past the Willie B and heading towards Flushing Avenue. Big delays on the cross
my wife.
From Bell down to Northern. And the northbound Whitestone Expressway from City Field up to the foot of the Whitestone Bridge, you have some volume. In Westchester County, you're slow. Northbound Hutch heading up towards Mamaroneck Avenue. Also delays by Wolf's Lane. What else is new there, right? Northbound on the Screen heading up towards Route 100 in the Hawthorne area. Also seeing some delays from an earlier issue. Traffic is sponsored by the Barnes firm. Andre Farrow, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
Let's get a check now of your AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Lori, it's been a much chillier afternoon after we saw temperatures get close to 80 in many spots yesterday. Temperatures are only in the 40s this afternoon. And it's a little bit of a breeze. We'll continue to have clouds, maybe a touch of drizzle. So temperatures will stay in the 40s through the remainder of this afternoon. Tonight will drop to 43 with a bit of rain and drizzle, especially late. And some areas of fog will develop as well. Tomorrow starts off cloudy and damp, but by the afternoon it starts to warm up. Clouds will break for some sunshine. On 67 in the city, might even reach the low 70s across parts of New Jersey, mostly in the 50s across Long Island, and then partly cloudy. A warm night tomorrow night, low 61. Warms up to 73 Saturday. That'll likely be fairly early in the day, as well as intervals of clouds and sun. There might be a shower, and then as the wind shifts, temperatures will fall through the 60s heading into the afternoon. Easter Sunday looks pretty cloudy, breezy and warm with some rain, even a thunderstorm, high 68, and much chillier into early next week. Highs will be back into the 50s. So right now it is 44 and cloudy in Central Park, humidity 79%, wind is out of the northeast gusting to 22. Again, we're at 44 and going down to 43 tonight in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Actor and comedian Eugene Merman remains hospitalized this afternoon with serious injuries after a fiery car crash in New Hampshire. Authorities say a state trooper and others pulled the Bob's Burger star from his vehicle after it hit a toll plaza in Bedford. That trooper was part of New Hampshire Governor Kelly Ayotte's detail. The governor also got out and ran to the scene with a fire extinguisher. Merman's agent says the star was in a very scary car accident
and is asking for privacy as he focuses on his recovery. No charges have been filed. An investigation is ongoing. The search continues in Southern California this afternoon for a suspected stalker who attacked a rock star.
Authorities are looking to arrest a suspect they say attacked former Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham, famous for hits like Go Your Own Way. Sources tell ABC News the 76-year-old music legend arrived at an appointment in Santa Monica Wednesday when a woman who had allegedly been stalking Buckingham tossed an unknown substance on him before fleeing the scene. Buckingham was uninjured. Police say the suspect is known to law enforcement due to past incidents. Buckingham has dealt with terrifying stalking before. He was granted a temporary restraining order in December 2024, reportedly telling the court a woman had been harassing him and his family for 3 years, even appearing at their home.
Correspondent Aaron Katursky. A man is under arrest this afternoon for entering rapper Nicki Minaj's property in the LA area and refusing to leave. Authorities say 36-year-old Laidlin Adams was detained by security officers until deputies arrived. NBC Los Angeles says this is not the first time Adams was arrested in the Calabasas area. It's unclear if Nicki Minaj and her family were home at the time. A blast from baseball's past is making a comeback.
Before streaming and the internet and even ESPN, there was This Week in Baseball, a weekly highlight show hosted by the legendary Mel Allen.
Time now to open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's Twib Votes.
The half-hour show debuted in 1977, giving many baseball fans their only peek at highlights and bloopers from teams in other markets. The league is reviving the show on its X account with 5 to 10-minute episodes.
Correspondent Michael Wallace. 45 degrees now. It is cloudy here in the city. We are going down a couple of notches to 43 tonight. It will remain damp with some fog later on. It's looking to be a super weekend in theaters. That story's next.
Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman is back on Broadway in what The Guardian calls this year's starriest revival. Joe Mantello directs this limited engagement of the Pulitzer Prize-winning masterpiece, declared the greatest American play by Kenneth Tynan. The New York Times says it brings the whole theater alive. Vogue writes Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf are our foremost theater actors. Christopher Abbott and Ben Allers represent the thrilling potential of a new generation. See you at the theater. Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman at the Winter Garden Theater.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at EasyCater.com. This is the story of the one. As a licensed tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now, entertainment. The King.
It's not December 2025. It's not January 2026. It's not March 2026. It's April 2026. Soon it's gonna be May, June. March. It's not March 2026. It's April 2026. It is not March 2026. It's April 2026. It's not March 2026. April 2026. It's not March 2026. It's April 2026. It's not March 2026. It's April 2026. We never asked you to turn on the light, okay? Why are you wearing these shoes outside? Easily take them off. Easily put them on. Is this his bag?
One of them, Miriam, has the telephone.
What perfume do you
For Miriam, I need water.
have? Could I try? Could I try opening that? With opening it?
I'll give you scissor to open the.
No, I want to use the
I'll give you scissor is better. Well, split splash now. I want to see how it smells on you here. Split splash. To open the plastic
Can we
here.
open the West?
Yeah, the scissor is here.
Can I open the West?
Yeah, sure. Can I have the receipt? I don't know where's the receipt you're holding.
In the bag.
Give me the bag too. Give me the whole thing.
Wait, how much is this?
Secret. No, I want you to put it on you because every time you go car, you stick the car. Smells so good. Why you didn't put Abner information?
Oh.
Yeah, you need to put Abner, like See on the envelope, Abner, the one. No, it smells good. Put some on my hand and see. It's not too much. It's really soft. It's very nice. Okay, here you have the pen. Put Abner the. Where you wanna go? I don't understand. The tea place.
And Dunkin' Donuts.
I'll open with the scissors.
No.
Okay, I'll put it here.
No.
Okay, hold. Smells so good, Maria. Yeah? Okay, I'll return.
Smells like force.
No, what are you talking about?
Philippines.
What?
Okay, good night.
What? Oh. Take the key from me. Oh, this to fix the flat tire. Espelenda 6C, okay, put 6C.
Do I open this?
Yeah, you open it.
6C?
Yeah, 6C, the apartment in the Bronx.
Avenue 6C?
No, apartment 6C. You see this information? Exactly, but at 6C.
Where?
Anywhere, next to the Abner Halia, 6C.
After Abner Halia?
Yeah. Tea place? Seriously?
And Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts too?
Yeah.
What, you on vacation today?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys on vacation?
No, both of us are.
What about me? When I'm gonna be on vacation?
Never.
Never? Oh, we're going on a 7, Miriam. 7 and 8, yeah? Going away, New Jersey.
Apartment?
6C. Yeah. Seriously?
I think
Seriously?
it's ups.
What is this?
This is ups. Bronx.
You want me to help you open the box?
6C?
Yeah. Give me this one.
Look where you're going. Can I have the scissors?
Caesar. Caesar. Smells so good. Keep it for myself. Spray on the cup.
Coffee? It's all your coffee.
Oh, finally. Finally.
All your coffee arrived.
Thank you. How many? 2?
No, 3.
3. Congratulations.
Did you order 2?
I ordered 3. It's come package of 3.
It comes in one package.
One package of 3 coffee.
Yeah, there's 3 in it.
Okay. What else? That is in a small envelope.
A snake.
You snake?
Yeah.
I didn't order
It's a
snake.
different type of snake.
No?
This is
The snake. No, there's another envelope. You sit on the envelope. This one. What is that? Open it.
I need my scissor.
So many boxes. Dorman act like I'm a delivery guy. Say, can I help you? I said, let me pick up my package. What? Yeah, 7.
This is what's inside.
What is this? Let me see.
Now, could I cut the bag?
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
Yeah. Surprise. a mess. Come on, Dave.
But it's fun.
Give me the pen.
Reading. What does it say? It says, free listening, free reading, free fast, free delivery, radio streaming, free listening, free reading. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Gotta look what I made.
Oh, wow, hat. Is that a hat or
I
something?
can make it into a real hat.
Yeah, it's looking like a crown.
I can make it like a hat like this.
Make it like a crown too.
You can make it a crown or a hat. Making a hat is easier. I'm gonna make a hat with this. This is what's left.
Yeah, but tea? Seriously?
And also Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. And who's gonna pay for that? Me? Why me?
Because we don't have our money. Our money's at home.
Why you didn't bring the money? I'm the money man. How much gonna cost me the tea and the donut?
Your money.
Are you gonna get me donut too?
Yeah.
Make me chubby.
You want a donut?
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe without the cream is make me chubby.
Want the same one as I would get?
Yeah,
Chocolate
chocolate.
with the sprinkle?
Yeah. Just chocolate, no sprinkler.
No.
No sprinkler and no cream inside.
I'm gonna give you the sprinkler. I can make
Seriously? It's kind of cold today.
Yeah.
This where you went to Barnes & Noble with Melody?
Yeah.
Did you buy anything?
No.
I ordered a cool box.
What is it?
Secret. Make a left here, Miriam.
I hope it's a book I like.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Miriam, I think I'm gonna wait here because there's a dilemma over there. I'm gonna wait here, Miriam. Okay, donut to the left, tea to the right. Tea to the right. You bring money?
You're the money.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable, Miriam?
How long before I take your hat?
Okay, Miriam, if you get me the chocolate, no cream inside, no sprinkler, just the chocolate top.
Just the chocolate top?
Yeah.
Is that even possible? Just the chocolate top? Okay, let's go in. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Low-dose radiation from
Giselle. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Enter the Estate Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island.
charge this month. Takes about 2 weeks from tomorrow. Users of the company's Fulfillment by Amazon service, relied upon by many of the independent sellers who list their product on Amazon's retail sites. Items shipped by Amazon on behalf of merchants who sell on their own sites or by other retailers will carry the surcharge beginning next month. Wall Street is closed for Good Friday tomorrow, which means many traders are nervous to go too far out on a limb ahead of a long weekend. Right now, the Dow is down 104, NASDAQ losing 24, S&P down 5. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $365 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. Please visit apply. Inappropriate.
Starts ready to news. New York Yankees baseball is back in the Bronx. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, April 4th for a Yankee Stadium promotional giveaway tradition. Calendar night. The first 40,000 in attendance will receive a New York Yankees calendar courtesy of MasterCard. For tickets, log on to yankees.com/tickets. Again, it's Yankees calendar night on Saturday, April 4th against the Miami Marlins. Visit yankees.com/tickets today.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck now. What do I do?
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few of them. They were talking about coming after the house. Yeah, they don't play around.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
There was no chocolate.
No?
Yeah.
He found just what he was looking for.
What do you got? Seriously?
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors. Take Wesley's advice.
Yeah.
Call Optima for a free
That's good,
consultation.
yeah.
Call 800-741-3889. 800-741-3889.
Awesome.
800-741-3889. Optima Tax Relief. Subscriptions are live. For details, please visit Optima.
Where's she at?
Now this message, Scott Stanford here with my good buddy Michael Barrett.
Boba.
Lawyers for the 9/11 community. Michael recently
No,
did some
I
news
think
that the
so.
city discovered 68
Well,
boxes of long-hidden 9/11 health and environmental data. And officials believe these
Sorry,
records
no
could
cream.
support adding even more illnesses to the World Trade Center health
happen.
program.
Scott, I was furious when I heard this. People's lives could have been saved had they known what their kids were exposed to, what their fellow workers were exposed to. They could have made intelligent choices for the folks who were there down below Canal Street on 9/11 on the 8/11. What should they do? Protect themselves and their families by enrolling in the free wage that's a life program and the victim compensation fund. These programs were set up for them. They were set up for people in my firm because we're part of the intelligent community. They've now released 69 cancers. Please protect yourselves and your family and enroll now.
All you have to do is log on to 911awards.com. That's 911awards with an S.com. Harrison McGarry, they are the lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Now this message. Life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes. EricShoes.com. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Kyle McMorrow's at the editor's desk. I'm Lori Malcolm.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon, 46 degrees now. 3 o'clock, I'm Larry Mullins. And here's what's happening. Police have the names of the 2 men seen on a scooter yesterday where shots were fired, one of them killing a 7-month-old, but they're still trying to find the second person. We'll get the very latest. Plus, we talked with the little girl's grandparents. Also today, police shot and killed a sex offender at his apartment in the Bronx after they say Lucien Tolan refused to put down the gun he was holding, allegedly saying to the cops, that ain't gonna happen. A not guilty plea today from a man in Lawrence accused of threatening to kill his sister with a crossbow because she kept messing with the thermostat in their house. That's what he said. For the second time in almost a week, a whale washes up along the Jersey Shore, the latest from Rockaway Beach, and it's official. Life is like the box of chocolates. It costs a fortune. to be an expensive Easter, everybody, because the chocolate Easter bunny must be trying to buy himself a haircut. Weather says a bit of rain and drizzle tonight, dropping down to a low, low 43 degrees. Wednesday time 301 from your Mercedes-Benz.
Done with the season.
Dinner, it's where you need to go, Mr. Andre Ferro. We have trouble on Long Island. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. This is in Suffolk County, westbound by exit 66. Overturning car there, and it's causing some heavy eastbound delays as well as you pass the Route 112 area over in Medford. So you're going to need some extra time in that area. Just keep that in mind your travels. Now, back in Nassau County, we have slowdowns on the eastbound Southern, Eagle Avenue to the Seaboard to Bay. Not much on the LIE in Nassau County. The road still looks pretty quiet right now. We like that. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound George Washington Bridge, we're still working on that crash lower level in, so you're going to need some time there. I would go with the upper level. You'll save a lot of time. Inbound at the George, you're dealing with at least a 25 to 30 minute delay to cross Bronx delays. West Side Highway slow from West 145th Street up to the George. At least 10 minutes round trip at the Lincoln Tunnel. Holland looks a little bit better. Inbound, especially outbound, is going to be about 15. Traffic is sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Andre Ferro, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
They have released the name now of the shooter who allegedly killed a 7-month-old girl yesterday in Bushwick. Tom said this was the guy seen riding on the back of a scooter firing a weapon. The other guy driving the scooter is still at large. Julian Papa is the latest on the investigation now and charges.
21-year-old Amari Green is being charged with murder.
You took the $5.
By shooting that killed
She gave you $5?
Patterson Moore and injured her 2-year-old brother. Police Commissioner Joseph
No, your mama took you $5. But I gave it to you. Give my hand and what are you doing? What?
You know that he does have an association with some other MOE gang members. He is not in our criminal group database as an MOE gang member.
He says they're investigating whether the father may have been involved. Julia Powell, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm gonna keep it. Can you take it home because I'm gonna eat it later? Put it in a box. You have a box? Can you put it down? Why you separate? Okay, take it home. I'll eat it later.
I'm not gonna eat those.
No, I'm gonna eat when I go home. I mean, yeah, me, one for me, one for mama. Okay. Can you have this? Can you clean up your... Where? What is it? Can you bring me that to give me my hat? I'm freezing. No, he has two. One, two here. So can I have the hat?
Well, I said when officers got there, they found him sitting on a bed and telling him he wasn't going to.
No, this another one is new. The last one is new. There's two.
Hello, repeatedly stated.
Can I have? I just took a bite.
During this verbal interaction, which lasted for approximately a minute and a half, the officers showed extreme restraint.
I only take a bite, but can I have my hat and my credit card?
For a series of shootings on the Lower East, prosecutors say they were trying to kill rival gang members with sometimes innocent people.
You need to put the food away.
Authorities say the whole gang had
been indicted for 7 shootings in
What's somewhere in the middle of my
June
job?
of 24 and December of 25. Manhattan DA Bragg says they targeted members of the Jacksonville gang by posting videos on social media with
We can give you
guns.
nothing.
He says they, quote, glorified gun violence and escalated tensions, fueling a dangerous cycle of retaliation. Shots were fired near the Beirut and the Wall NYCHA complexes.
Yeah, give me a napkin. You want wet napkin or dry napkin?
We'll get you a high up to 48. And then tonight, overcast with occasional rain and drizzle. Even a late fog coming through, a low of 43. And then tomorrow, Good Friday, cloudy and damp started off with a spotty drizzle, turning warmer in the afternoon as clouds break for some sun. We'll get you a high of 67 degrees. Still at 46 right now in Central Park. Long Island man accused of shooting his
Rápido,
faced a judge today.
Sammy said
Walk around it.
guilty as the judge ordered a mental health
No, just walk
evaluation
around.
for the
Yeah.
21-year-old
Gonna pick you up
charged with
later.
attempted murder, accused of waiting for his sister to come home, then shooting her in the face with a crossbow. Nassau County DA Ann Donnelly says there was a lot of planning involved before the attack.
He had to order this crossbow, put it together.
Yeah,
The
Queen.
DA says the victim is recovering after needing millions of stitches to repair the wounds.
The message that we're getting is that it was over the temperature in the house.
Sedum's attorney called it a prank gone terribly wrong. Sophia Hall, 10 wins, 92.3 FM on Long Island.
I remember when we first did this story, that cat said that, yeah, I was just playing, just trying to scare Christian West with his dad. Shot her in the face and then
Marian, free popcorn. Give me my hat.
President Trump said Thursday in a social media post he plans to sign an order soon to pay all employees at the Department of Homeland Security. The announcement comes after he signed a memo last week ordering DHS to get back pay to TSA officers who had not been paid during this partial government shutdown. Tens of thousands of others at DHS, including Coast Guard, FEMA, Secret Service, have not yet been paid. Republican leaders in the House and Senate said Thursday they agreed on a plan to reopen DHS fully, but have not yet taken the steps to do that. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And a commission filled with Trump appointees just gave the president the green light. Surprise on his massive White House ballroom project. It's not the final word, though. A federal judge temporarily blocked construction earlier this week, saying Trump isn't the owner of the White House and likely doesn't have the authority he claims to have. Well, today, the question arrived at the National Capital Planning Commission, which said in March that it would make a final decision this month after hearing a high volume of public comments and testimony, a lot of which was negative. But we now know that the commission has voted in favor of the project. Despite the vote, no doubt that legal hurdles will remain with the lawsuit and the National Trust for Historic Preservation still playing out.
I'm now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends, sponsored by Lindsay. Upbeat thoughts and language are beneficial for mental and physical health. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality or avoiding negative emotions, but rather about managing life's challenges with a more constructive, resilient outlook. Tufts University suggests a reframe for self-talk. For example, this is a setback for me, but I can recover from it if I give myself time. This way of thinking can make you feel better.
Oh, this band's over here.
At Landseek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes
This is a Hebrew letter.
That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform.
This company, they have Hebrew letters.
If you've been in
I think
business
it's
for at
Japanese
least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours.
On the left side, it's Hebrew. It's B, P, and N.
At Lenseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
Yeah, come on.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us,
a quick
there are
picture.
only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire.
Oh,
And here's why.
the sign, the red sign.
Rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. 30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
My results do not guarantee a summer outcome. Morgan & Morgan, New York, PLLC, 199 Water Street, New York, New York, 212-738-6299.
Oh my goodness, you thought it was Friday. Did you hear about this lawyer in Arizona? Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to file this case on the grounds of a previous case that happened, and it turned out the case he cited, once she came up with on AI.
That's the North Face.
Yeah.
That's the North Face store. You see the North Face store? That's the North Face store?
Yeah.
And look at that. The North Face.
Oh, you guys
The North Face store.
They're really going to get bad now. I mean, they're always bad passing Flushing Avenue, but now you're getting flushed down the drain with delays. Inbound Gowanus, while the Prospect area, heading up to the Brooklyn Bridge, still seeing a lot of that Hamilton Avenue deal there now is going to slow you down with a rubbernecker as well. Here's what you need to know.
Yeah, Miriam.
And tunnels out of George Washington Bridge around 25 to 30 minutes.
I don't know. I asked
cleared, so you're still dealing with some residual delays on
Japanese. I asked them why they have Hebrew letter. They said Japanese. But it looks Hebrew.
139 still seeing some volume.
And what did you read it? Then how did you read it?
Because I read, I see Hebrew.
Back to Queens and back to
P.S.
on the north and southbound side of the Cross Island parking lot from Bell down to Northern. It's bumper to bumper, so go with the clear view.
Shut the road.
10 wins on 92.3 FM. RWJ Barnabas Health's nationally recognized organ transplant programs encourage you to support Donate Life Month this April. Visit rwjbh.org/transplant. Oh, you're back. You have the 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Brian Thompson is here with this live report.
Don't worry, there's going to be an overcast night tonight.
You're wearing your bracelet. Did you know that I made a bracelet today? I made this. I made this.
You said you're going to make one for me.
I made this.
That's what you did.
I made it for me.
You mean do what?
No, but I made it for me.
It's too small for me.
50s. Partly cloudy and warm tomorrow night, low 61. Universal clouds and sun Saturday with a shower around high 73. It's going to be cooler along the south shore of Long Island. And the coastal Connecticut into and through the 60s. And the afternoon as the breeze picks up. Easter Sunday, breezy and warm.
Read the stickers, that's perfect.
Thunderstorm, high 68.
Read.
Monday, but it is going to turn much cooler. And feeling next week. 44 degrees right now. It's cloudy at mid-summer, going down to 43.
Bicycle.
Read.
Yeah.
10 wins on 92. All right, to the AI lawyer now. And we got another bad case of AI gone
Look for
wrong. We got
bicycle.
an Arizona
It's
attorney.
a tricycle.
After she allegedly cited fake AI-generated cases in her court filings.
Maybe they're
Yes, Your
wrong
Honor,
way.
I'd like to base this on Herman versus Herman, 1973. And the judge is going, Cherie Wright is representing a former Phoenix Suns employee who accuses the team of sexual harassment. The judge in the case spotted at least 18 fake cases and fakes in Wright's filings. Wright blames her staffer for using AI to file the briefs. John Harrington at Arizona State University's AI legal text
Well, I don't.
says so-called
Back it
AI
up, you're gonna get
hallucination is a
cheated.
growing problem in the legal industry.
Ask Miriam.
Wright has to face
What is it?
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Miriam, you too.
Don't you see that in front
Make
of
her have a
you?
full sleeve because you're going to get chicken.
Is not an
It's
answer.
not
I love it. I love it. Like the war. Just on that.
Oh, no.
Smoking Easter hams locally for 3 generations. Stu, we use real white hickory chips to smoke the hams
July
overnight.
is when we're going.
Spiral cut hams are only $3.99 a pound, fully cooked.
Are you preparing for the trip to
Don't miss our grass-fed bone
American Dream?
butterfly to roast, only $7.99 a
Prepare.
pound. Ham or lamb, grab a bottle of Pinot Noir, and I'm coming over.
Yeah.
Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman is back on Broadway in what The Guardian calls this year's starriest revival.
When are we
Joe
gonna
Mantello
prepare?
directs this limited engagement of the Pulitzer Prize-winning masterpiece, declared the greatest American play by Kenneth Tynan. The New York Times says it brings the whole theater alive. Low Price, Nathan Lane, and Laurie Metcalf are our foremost
judges just had her prison sentence overturned in Colorado.
While President Trump has called for Tina Peters to get out of prison, a Colorado appeals court is upholding her conviction, but is ordering her case be sent to a lower court for a judge to issue her a new sentence. The state appellate judges found a lower court judge who gave Peters 9 years in prison violated her free speech rights related to allegations of election fraud because her crime was not her beliefs, but her illegal actions of giving someone affiliated with My Pelosi
You wanna go our Navy, man?
access to election software that was used in Mason County. Peters will be resentenced, but he's not going free. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Meantime, a fast food chain rolling out its new value menu. Today says they're keeping things simple. The McValue menu includes 10 items.
The food from the center, anything you don't like, don't throw, because you give it to me.
Hash browns or sausage McMuffin off that menu. They've also got small fries and a McDouble burger on that menu, which is making its nationwide debut on April 1st. A McDouble burger. You might know McDonald's already had a value menu, but big customers could choose from some $1 items if they purchase a regular priced item. Meantime, a popular chain restaurant bringing back a deal that once cost them millions.
Red Lobster's taking a risk and hoping its infamous endless shrimp deal won't be financially disastrous this time around.
Sweet, spicy, savory. Red Lobster's endless shrimp is now.
Bloomberg reports in 2023, the all-you-can-eat offer cost Red Lobster tens of millions of dollars as demand far exceeded expectations and shrimp prices surged. The promotion was widely blamed for the massive losses that helped push the company into bankruptcy. Now it's returning, but the company says it will only be offered for a limited time, with hopes it can drive traffic into restaurants without repeating the same costly mistake.
Stacey Lane reporting. And Starbucks trying to cut down on employee turnover by offering new quarterly bonuses to baristas.
Cat and dogs, I go put Nutella.
Can earn $300 bonuses if their stores hit certain targets based on specific sales, operational, and customer service metrics.
So take Aya to school now?
Baristas working at locations that have unionized will not see the quarterly bonuses until Starbucks and the union reach a collective bargaining agreement. Those negotiations have been at a standstill for more than a year now. Headlines coming next.
I never thought of myself as the type to settle down. Never knew where the team's next lunch was coming from. But then I met you, Easy Cater.
Workplaces everywhere are saying, I do want delicious food at work. And they're ordering from
When they give you the coffee, you take it upstairs.
You were reliable. You had great options for every budget. Even when marketing ops did keto again. We got through that together. With you, it's just so easy. Easy Cater, will you keep showing up at my workplace forever?
Find love and first lunch. Order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network staffed and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the boardwalk of Long Beach to Harborfront Park in Port Tip, we are Long Island's all-news station, 1010 Wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
We'll give you low clouds and 46 Brooklyn bound, you're slow, and you're heavy on the westbound BQE by Hamilton Avenue where we have a disabled car, and that's going to cause a big delay just west of the Williamsburg by 32A heading towards Flushing Avenue. Traffic is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Andre Ferro, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hey, New York business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Sign up at Amazon.com/hubdelivery.
And police have named the alleged shooter now involved in the murder of a 7-month-old yesterday. They also have the name of the second person who was with him as they try to find justice for the baby. They're not releasing the name of the second person. 1010 Wins reporter Juliet Papa with the latest on the search for this individual.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tish announced charges against the suspected shooter of 7-month-old Kaori Patterson Moore. Amari Green, the trigger pull, is currently in the hospital, will be arrested and charged with murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Chief Detective Joe Cannon has identified him as a gang associate out of the Marcy houses.
At this point right now, there is a gang on the Bushwick houses called MOE.
They're looking to see if the shooting had to do with a beef between both gangs. Police have identified the second suspect in the shooting. He's still being sought. Julia Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Meantime, a group led by a local pastor has raised $5,000 now to anyone who can provide information on that second person. Maybe would have turned one in just a few short months. A wanted sex offender armed with a gun shot and killed by police during a search warrant up in the Bronx this morning. Police say he gave them no choice.
An NYPD officer shooting and killing a wanted sex offender during a search warrant on Willis Avenue. Deputy Chief John Wilson describes the tense moments leading up to the shots ringing out.
Bronx Warrant Squad responded to 105 Willis Avenue to apprehend Lucien Cologne. The officers observed the subject sitting on a bed with what appeared to be a firearm in his hand, and the officers attempted to de-escalate, trying to talk him down, telling him to drop the gun.
One NYPD officer shot Cologne in the face. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Cologne repeatedly stated that he had a gun and that it's not going to happen.
NYPD officials say their investigation is ongoing. They are looking at body cam footage to see if Cologne was pointing his weapon at officers. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in the South Bronx.
A deadly hit and run this morning in Brooklyn. Sources telling 1010 Wins the vehicle involved might have been an ambulance. That's what they're saying. It's happened just after 6 near Ocean Avenue, right there at Avenue O. Police say the 44-year-old woman was hit while crossing the street. The driver of the vehicle did not stop. The woman pronounced dead at the hospital. The search continues now for that driver. And more than a dozen people hurt this morning in a house fire in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Flames broke out just before 5 on the first floor of a home on Lott Avenue. The FDNY says 15 people were rushed to the hospital, including 2 with serious injuries. Took firefighters about an hour to get the flames under control. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. AccuWeather says this afternoon, cloudy, brisk, and quite chilly. A little bit of drizzle, high of just 48. Then tonight, overcast with occasional rain and drizzle, even some fog coming through late at low of 43. Tomorrow, Good Friday, cloudy and damp to start it off with this spotty drizzle as well. Right now, we're at 46. We have complete AccuWeather for you here in just a few. Stay with us for that. For now, Bloomberg Money Watch.
The losses for stocks early today following President Trump's vow to hit Iran extremely hard. But that briefly vanished after Iran made a headline of its own today, saying it is drafting a protocol with Oman for shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Oman and the UAE make up the southern shore of that strait. Back to losses now, but they're on the modest side. Dow losing 100, that's a 0.25%. NASDAQ down 34, S&P down 8. Even if there was an arrangement to get shipments of fuel and other products through the Strait of Hormuz, it will not happen quickly. Today, oil futures rallying 11% to $111 per barrel. Jerome Bell, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
And this one says Christian Windows made in New York. Go to ChristianWindows.com.
Accident, car accident, slip, trip, and fall,
Call them now. 800-318-8888. Spectre and Associates has recovered hundreds of millions for the injured. Been in an accident? Visit crashinjury.com or call 800-318-8888. The lawyers at Spectre and Associates Serious Injury Attorneys fight hard. Win big to get you what you deserve. Call them now. 800-318-8888. That's 800-318-8888. Or visit crashinjury.com.
State Attorney General Letitia James and former FBI Director James Comey. It's brought lawsuits against more than half the states to obtain their voter rolls. Top universities have been sued, with the department alleging discrimination via DEI policies and a failure to protect Jewish students on campus. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
The president took to social media where he praised Bondi, calling her a great American. And Pam Bondi just posted a statement of her own. She says she remains eternally grateful for the trust that President Trump placed in her. Wins News Time 3:31. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Andre Farrow.
Problems on Long Island if you're traveling in Suffolk County is what we see on Long Island's Big Three. It's a crash in an overturned car.
This is
just west of the William
one tomato, people. One tomato.
66 and 65.
See you tomorrow. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Going by to have to see what's going on. Looks like you're going to be
peace and love.
Service road and the westbound side of Sunrise Highway still seeing some extra line because of this as well. So I'm starting to see some delays towards the patch off.
One tomato.
On the westbound side.
Whole food.
South State is busy in Nassau County, eastbound by